We're so glad you're here. We're about to listen to some amazingly beautiful music by true professionals. We met Janet and Alan about 30 years ago.
We have to compete with ourselves.
Yeah,
They were competing.
right. We have some
Yeah.
Anyway, we met them because a long time ago, Apple Corner was called, it was called County Seat. It was a county seat. It was a restaurant, a bar, and most importantly, it was an ice cream parlor.
Yes.
Yes.
And we would come up with our young children on Friday nights, and they would be there with their young children, and they were playing, and we would love listening to them and dance the night away, and that's when we first met.
Yes.
And we have a lot of fond memories from that time. And then we reconnected by pickleball, as all of you know, play pickleball. But
All that finds.
for many, many years, Ben has been saying that he wanted to hear them perform again. And I know that you had stopped performing for a while, maybe you'll discuss that at some point. But
Big discussion.
Ben always had this dream of them playing in front of friends here at Woodbridge Lake, where they too are property owners. And we got a text in September that they were performing in Washington, and then we realized they were back out performing on occasion. And Ben spoke to Alan about this possibility, and that's how today came about. I'm so glad you're all here. Enjoy.
We can thank Ben.
Thank you, and thank you everyone for coming, because I really so happy to see everybody here and enjoy it. So, thank you.
Well, here we are. And Alan and I are so delighted to be here to share, which is so much part of who we are as people. And it takes a situation like this to express it. So we're very delighted. Everything is a story. Everything is a story. And we're going to share with you each piece that we're going to play has such deep meaning and is so much part of our lives. It'll help you get to know us, besides being tennis players and pickleball players and sound behaviorists. So the first piece we're going to play is by Grover Washington Jr. And this is a beautiful piece. It's called Sad Samba. And the way I found this piece was so unique. I was doing a performance down at a jazz club called Zanzibar's. And I walked in, and the band was getting itself together. And I go to the music stand, and there's this piece of music in Grover Washington's handwriting. And I know. And I said, okay, anybody want water? Anyway, this is this piece, and it's my arrangement of it, with Alan playing on violin. duos and then solos and back to duos, solos. Well, have any of you been out to the Southwest, New Mexico,
Yes.
and Colorado? That it's like another planet, isn't it? Well, I was artist in residence out at Colorado College, and I was by myself, and I would travel, get into a car, and go off into these passes. And I wound up in Taos, and the Taos Pueblo, I just walked in there with my guitar, and they took me in, and I played with the children, and the elders took care of me, and I had an incredible time there. And so I was just so taken with the landscape that I composed a work called The Three American Landscapes. And these represent, the first one is east, the direction of east, then south, and then west. And as some of you have seen, this is a very unusual guitar, and I am well known for playing the 10-string guitar. And what the 10-string guitar is a 6-string guitar, and then 4 extra bass notes. And I have composed this music with all the strings in mind. So you'll see me all over the place on the net, on the fretboard. Okay, I just have to tune. So, going around the globe, Spain. I lived in Spain on and off for 5 years, had an incredible time. Oh, it was fabulous. Studied the guitar with Segovia, and I became a protege of a man who innovated the 10-string guitar, Maestro Narciso Yepes. And I went to Spain with 5 years of French, of course, and learned on the street how to speak. But beautiful country, and one of the great pieces that everybody kind of knows is called La Romanza, the Romance. And my teacher made it famous. He played it on a French film. Anyway, it's by Anonymous. Poor guy. Could have had like some great royalties by now. But it's a beautiful piece, and I created an arrangement of it, which you'll hear, and features Alan on violin. Good day for a pre-storm concert. Okay, yes. All right, I spent many, many years.
First of all, you have to understand the tuning of this
Oh, yeah.
incredible instrument, just, and the variation, the variety that you can do with all the tuning. So we need to take a few moments just to make your Janet set on where we need to be, because the instrument can lend itself to so many different genres of what she does. And it's always been an amazing thing. Easy with four.
What a guy.
That's what
What
I
a guy. 43 years. Got a few
And
plays.
counting.
And nights too.
So, let's take you back to the year 1590. 1590 was the Elizabethan era, and Queen Elizabeth loved the galliard. That was her favorite dance. Meanwhile, the guitarist and composer, or the lutenist, John Dowland, had a crush on Queen Elizabeth. But alas, regular people and queens did not make it. So he, for his love for her, he wrote Queen Elizabeth's Galliard, and this is what it sounds like. You have to imagine, no planes, time was so different then, just slower, peaceful, and it's just very elegant. Okay. So, I just gave birth to Colin, who's now going to be, he's 39,
1986.
1986. Oh my God. And it was, we said, Alan, you and I need to just go out someplace and just. So we heard that in New Haven, Pat Metheny, who was one of my guitar heroes, Pat Metheny, was performing. Oh my God! So this is so long ago. I'm telling you the story that the next piece that we're going to play is based on a telephone number, but I think it was like a dial telephone number.
Who remembers those? Everybody.
So I tried, Alan was at work and I was trying to get tickets, and it was so popular, I kept getting the telephone number of the Palace Theater in New Haven, and I kept hearing ba 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 ba. So okay,
That's acceptable.
and five,
Seven numbers.
and then ba 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 ba. So over and over again, I tried and I pressed redial and tried and tried and tried. and I finally did get through. But that telephone number got stuck in my head. When you're a composer, those things go in, but they don't go out. So I wrote a piece of music called Theme from Athene, based on, Kathy, you were grooving with me, I love it.
I listened to it last night.
And, yeah, this is called Theme from Athene, and it's the telephone number at the Palace Theatre.
But can I say the rest of the story?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, please.
So with a newborn, you have to have either some parents come over, or someone you really trust to take care of the newborn. That happened. We drove all the way to New Haven, and we get there probably 45 minutes before the concert, and I said,
Yeah.
look at this. We got a parking spot right in front of the Palace Theater.
Yeah, there
This
was
is
parking
amazing.
everywhere.
So we get out of the car and we go up. We missed the concert by one night. It was the night before.
Yeah.
We missed half the theme, but you got a wonderful song out of it.
I did.
It's on the upside. So, there you go.
Audience
We
empathy.
could go out and have a dinner
Audience
somewhere.
empathy. It's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, exactly.
Good job.
Who messed up the date?
Probably me.
You were busy.
The mother brain, you know, the newborn brain. has 5 strings. Yeah, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, and some people say, how do you go between a bass and a violin? Well, it's basically this to this. And so through the years, it's just been a custom. I played probably violin as the first instrument with guitar that I took up. But the bass was a natural because in high school, no one had a bass. So I said, I'll go buy a bass. And I'll learn everything from Blood, Sweat, and Tears to Chicago, and with great players in all of these groups. And of course, Paul McCartney with the Beatles. You have to learn all the Beatles songs. But I love going between the two, and it's a great compliment to this guitar. And we try to make that happen. Okay.
And how Alan and I met was I was a classical guitarist, and I lived in New York, and I came up to Litchfield through Paul Winter consort, and I lived at the farm, at Paul Winter's farm. Anyway, I auditioned as a singer for Alan's rock group. That's how we met. I knew half the words to Girl from Ipanema, and I figured I had a big chance. And I auditioned. I went over to his house. It was with his brother, and I played, and I also play the Japanese koto, which is a 13-string, 6-foot instrument.
Wow.
Not your average bear. So I thought, just in case the audition didn't go well, I'm going to bring my koto and play it for them. I did. His brother thought. So I didn't get the gig. But a month later, I needed to learn some popular tunes. So I called Alan, and I met and did like he was saying, well, this is what you do. And who was the big star then? It was like, I can't remember, so long ago. But halfway through the kind of conversation, I'm going like,
No, I was going, oh.
I was going,
And I was going,
And 3 days later, we were madly in love.
Oh.
That's how we met. So, you never know.
thanks to music. Thanks to music.
Thanks to music. See, these are all the stories I don't get a chance to tell you in between our pickleball games. Okay, this is our version of Norwegian Wood. there was a friend of our son's that came over, they were like in elementary school or
Yep.
high school, and we said,
We're talking about Paul McCartney. or
yeah, we were
something
talking
like
about
that.
Paul McCartney.
So we were talking about the Beatles and,
Right.
and he
Yeah.
said, you mean Paul McCartney was in a group before Wings? And you suddenly feel old.
Yeah, yeah, we felt
Counting
old.
rings.
Yeah. Okay, cheat sheet. Oh boy. All right. That was our son Colin, who's now going to be 40 this year.
No, man, that's incredible.
40. Wonderful.
We still look 50, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, when I was, let's see, 81. No,
In the year 81?
86.
86, yeah.
86, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Board.
A record producer read an article on me in Guitar Player magazine. It literally fell off and opened up to this 7-page article on me in Guitar Player magazine.
Oh, wow.
I know, the good old days. And I had just given birth to my son Colin, and this record producer called me up and he said, "My name's Joe Ferry. I want to do a record with you." Now, I was a strict classical guitar player, never composed jazz or anything like that. And this is really true. And he said, "I want you to make an album. I'm going to put together the most incredible band for you, and I want you to write music for this album." And I said, "Okay," and I did. In the meantime, I was kind of pushing him off because I had a newborn, and I was like, this is my newborn, music. Anyway, I did go into the studio with these incredible players who are now all world-class players. Chris Bodie on trumpet, Rini Rosnes on piano. I mean, they're just incredible players. So the first tune I wrote is called Blue Eyes, and that is for my son Colin, who has blue eyes. He now has a son who is also a musician. He'll be here next year. He'll be 5. Here we go. I'm doing great.
Good.
Doing great. Okay.
Are you gonna sing?
No. Sorry. No. Not today. Not today. Next time. Let's see.
Should be good company, because you got good company here.
Oh, we're gonna do good.
Oh, good.
Um, I love Marty. Every time I see Marty, he always says, "Here's my favorite guitarist." It makes me feel so good. Yes, so, again, story, so we're all story. My hero composer, his name is Leo Brouwer Jr. from Cuba. And I heard his works, I loved his works, and I went to study with him in Canada. And he was a wild guy, just a wild guy, as most musicians are. But we learned, Alan and I got married November 4th, 1984. And we heard that Leo Brouwer was going to be at a guitar festival in Martinique. And not only that, but Alan's hero, who is Jaco Pastorius from the group Weather Report. Jaco Pastorius is one of the greatest bass players ever. And he was going to be there doing this workshop. So we said, for our honeymoon, why don't we go to Martinique and
study our instruments.
And study our instruments.
With our idols.
On the beach, you know. With our idols, and we did for 16 days.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun. So, of course, behind every story we're telling you, they're like unbelievable, crazy stories. Because Jaco Pastorius was known to be a terrible heroin addict. And the first 2 days with the master class, Alan, it was incredible.
He was right there with us and just very
And
into
then
doing
the
what
drug
he was
dealers
doing.
showed up.
And then he just kind of
And
left
then-
us. But
Yeah, he went.
those first 3 days were beautiful.
Yeah. But Leo Brouwer was there, and I love playing these 3 little short pieces kind of in honor of him because I just love his works, and they're so filled with vivid imagery of Havana, where he was from. So this is the first little piece is kind of like, you can just imagine the buses and the bustle and the buses of people, and then the second little piece is like the church bells, and then the third little piece is like the children playing on the streets. I just love that, and see if you jive with what I get out of it. This is, you know Route 341? You all traveled on Route 341, kind of up towards Salisbury and beyond and up the hills. I just love that road. So I was at Omega Institute, which is in Rhinebeck, New York, and I was studying with a duo group called Tuck and Patty. And Tuck was just an amazing guitarist. And I went there to study, and I was driving back on Route 341, and I was just really happy. It's just very happy, and the roads going around. And this piece I wrote on my way back in my head, and this is called Tuck It In. One, two, three, four.
First speeding ticket ever, right then?
Yes.
Yes. Do we need a refresh for tuning? How are we doing?
We're good.
We're good.
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 So far, so good. This next piece is really near and dear to my heart because having lived in Spain and absorbing that culture, and I just love playing this. Anyway, this is my version of Malagueña. That's our next piece, my favorite things.
I think we're good.
Got it.
This is called Bernie's Tune. It's not very poetic. And the composer's name is Bernie Miller. Again, not very poetic, but what a great tune.
I do remember this one.
Take it out.
That's a fun song.
That's a fun song.
That's a fun song.
So in keeping with the violin,
Don't put that away.
I love this tune. I love the way Alan plays this tune. And we live on Gallows Lane in Litchfield. And Alan's family goes back 5 generations in Litchfield. Just quickly, Mary Highland from Ireland wanted to marry her next door neighbor, who was John Brennan, but her parents did not want her to marry the farmer next door.
This was in Ireland.
This is in Ireland.
In the
Ireland.
1840s, 1845.
Yes, yes. Now Goshen was sponsoring people from Ireland, women, to come over through the library and bring them over. So this is now 1850 something, right? 1850. Very interesting. And she said, well, if I can't marry John Brennan, I'm moving to the United States. And she came over and landed in Goshen. Well, she worked and saved up enough money to get the passage for John Brennan to come to Goshen so that they could get married. And that is how Alan's ancestors came here.
And that's why I'm here.
And that's why he's here.
Those are great-great-grandparents.
Yes. Yes.
And they're buried right in our local cemetery. I walk and say hello to all the ancestors every single day. They're not a lot of talkers.
Now, where that cemetery is the old railroad track. So we live around the corner from where the old railroad track. So we're going to play for you name of the piece is called Orange Blossom Special. But to us, it's like we're imagining how it must have been for Alan's family to listen to that railroad whistle coming down the track.
And my dad remembers going down to the town barn in Litchfield. The train would come in and they had a turnstile. As a kid, they would push the train and turn it around to head back the other way. I guess that was the end of the line in Litchfield, to go back to New Milford, Danvers.
Switzer's actually.
Switzer's, right, Switzer's.
Yep, Switzer, right.
Yeah.
And that's, that was probably in the 30s. In the 30s, yeah.
So this is for
Should I talk about the Orange Blossom Special too?
Mary and John.
It's,
This is
do
for
you want me
Mary
to
and
say a
John.
little bit about? The Orange Blossom Special was a real train that went from New York City to Florida in between in the late 20s to really the late 40s and early 50s for snowbirds, people that went down and spent the winters in Florida. So that was a real thing. And then the advent of planes and better railroad, but it was originally the Orange Blossom Special. How about that?
Golly.
Okay. So you kind of have to envision a train going by, listening for it in the distance. There you have it, the novelty piece.
Well, we'd like to end our performance for you with, we've been watching Wicked and just enjoying the movie so much, and the whole history of Dorothy and, you know, that whole story is really, it's been wonderful to have in our culture. So we're going to do our version of The Wizard of Oz as our last piece. So. You ready?
Almost. Takes a minute to get that train out of my.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's really been a pleasure, and thank you to Ben and Ellen for hosting this event. And I want to know that we have, through their graciousness, have contributed to 2 organizations that we hold near and dear in our hearts. And one of the founders of that organization is here with us today, Lou Picard, of Educated Canines Assisting with Disabilities. Lou has been, I think we've been great supporters of their work, service dogs for veterans and for children, and they do amazing work there in Torrington and Winstead. And so we're so pleased that you are here today. And also my dear friend, Dr. Dale Cryer, who has been a great supporter of my work for animals. I see that you have my new brochures everywhere, which is the other half of me, and my dedication to animal and animal care. So please take one home if you want. But we've been so so pleased to be here, and I just wanted to say thank you to Ben and Ellen.
Heartfelt.
Thank you so much.
We hope you will stay. We have lots of sweet savory refreshments and drinks, and we hope you stay and talk to the artists and all that stuff. So please enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Thank you.
Do anything? No.
My wife here is here. She's always wanted to work at Mansour's. My lady, she just quit her job. So we have well, it's fascinating. It's just well, there's some museums we went to that get a very different see the just the whole we have dinner here. It's just such a
I haven't eaten all day, so I'll eat something.
signs everywhere.
As we've given her I remember Emma telling me I had to go
There's people collecting and selling. See a lot of much older people that you would see working there than you would see here. And I mean, it's not that we weren't